Now, on Monday, it's the long-awaited car tax changes, said no one. Old Raquel from accounts has decided that it's not just enough to go after pensioners, farmers, anyone on benefits, the disabled, anyone who employs anyone, white people, white males specifically, but not me. More on that in another video. I'm an ethnic minority. So naturally, she's gone after the motorists as well. This has been coming for quite some time. However, much like everything else in this world, rather than just put everything up by 1%, no, they've got to change it completely, change everything, confuse the shit out of everyone, and make sure that everyone pays more than they need to without realising it. So, here goes with Tone's guide to... Who the hell's been sat in this car? That's better. Tone's guide to the road tax changes on Monday, with some good news for milk floaters. I know, who'd have thought it? First of all, new cars. Now they've thrown a right curveball here. They've changed. When you buy a new car now, you pay a different rate of tax for the first year to you do from every other year. And then you pay the expensive car tax as well. On top of that, if you spend over 40 grand on your car, the only change to the expensive car tax is that it now applies to milk floats on April the 1st. So if you buy a milk float for over 40 grand, you're paying £500 a year for the next 5 years. That's in the bag. That's done. There's nothing you can do about that. That's been well known. But if you buy a new car that's not a milk float, you're getting stung in the arse, quite literally. I've written down two examples. So if you buy Audi 2 litre TFSI petrol, you paid £270 a year last year. You'll now be paying £540 for the first year. However, if you were to buy the BMW X5 4.4 V8, first year's tax would have been £2,475. Now, I thought they were just doubling it. No. It's much worse than that. It's now £5,490 for the first year's tax on your BMW. Mental. Oh, and then there's the expensive car tax on top of that, which is, of course, another £2.5 grand. That's £500 a year. So that's 2.5 plus 5.5. So that's 8 grand. But then again, I suppose if you're spending 90 grand on an X5, what's 8 grand? Well, it's nearly 10% is what it is. So those are the new charges for new cars. But then you get on to the charges for cars that were registered before 2025. And this is where it gets really complicated. They've got a separate tax band for anything registered from 2017 to 2025. You're on your own if you've got a car in that 8-year bracket. Why? Something to do with Euro 6 or Euro 7, no doubt. I don't know. I've got to admit, there's that many figures there. I got bored with reading it. But anyway. 2017 to 2025, all cars are £195. That's petrol, diesel, polished turd, milk float. All £195, straight across the board, level playing field. Why? I have absolutely no idea. Because it also means, and this is the bizarre thing, that you'll pay £5,490 for your X5 in the first year, and you'll only pay £195 in the second year. Hey? How's that? Yeah, me neither. What, you know, and the same with the Audi A4. Or any Audi petrol. You might pay £540 in the first year. You're only paying £195 for the rest of your life. That makes no sense. Why is it? if the idea is to protect the planet, which, you know, it's all about saving the planet, isn't it? So that car needs to be taxed to high heaven to make you buy a milk float, but only for the first year. And then after that, it's 195 quid, unless it's over 40 grand. And then it's an extra £425 for 5 years after the first year. But not, you see what I mean about how they made it so complicated? I don't get it. Well, I do get it. It's just designed to piss you off, stop you from driving a car and make you sit in your house. That's all it's designed to do. Or drive a milk float and conform. But even the milk floaters, you're still paying 195 quid a year for your tax-free car that's not tax-free anymore. And you're paying expensive car tax for your tax-free car that's not tax-free anymore. So even the milk float, I feel sorry for the milk floaters. There's a first. So, 2017 to 2025, £195 a year, no discounts for anyone. Vans, electric vans, there's no discount for you either. All vans are now taxed the same, whether you're electric, petrol or diesel. All taxed the same. How does that make any sense? £355 a year for a van, no matter what van you have. Hey, make it make sense. It doesn't make sense. I don't. Anyway, and then, if you got a car registered between 2000 and 2017, your tax is anywhere from 20 quid to 760 quid. And most of them have only gone up by about a tenner. So, the cars that are trying to drive off the road, they've put the minimal increase on. And the cars are trying to keep on the road, they've put a much higher percentage increase on. As I said, make it make sense. Come on, Rachel from accounts. Tell me why my Audi A4 Cabriolet, or indeed this little Mito that I'm sat in, that you want to get off the road because they're both petrol, and petrol's killing, you know, seagulls and fish and Chinese people and whatever. You want to get us off the road and into milk floats. So you've put our tax up by a tenner. But the milk floater, you've put his tax up from 0 to £195 a year. Eh? The milk float van driver, you've put his tax up from 0 to £355 a year. And you've put expensive car tax on the milk floater. And you've put expensive car tax. So you've made it. You want everyone to drive milk floats. So you've made milk floats more expensive to drive. And you've made the cars that you're trying to get people off the road to drive cheaper to drive. Or not cheaper. It's like inflation. Inflation's only gone up 1%. The rate of inflation's gone down. Stuff has still got more expensive. I'll never understand the logic of that. But there's the point. So what you've set out to achieve is to get everyone in milk floats and everyone out of these cars. And to do that, you've made it easier for people to drive these cars and harder for people to drive milk floats. And that is why you're a shit government. I never sat out in this video. When I started this video, I had no intention of coming to that conclusion. But that is the conclusion. And I should have bought a drink as well. I got a bit of a tickly throat. It's like Bob Fleming does motoring here, isn't it? So there you are. And there, but however, milk floaters, pay attention. Your Uncle Tony here, going to give you some advice. And it's good news. So, you know, pay attention. Listen up. Oil him. You just turn him around. He's just turning around. It's all right. Your car... Oh, sorry, Nick. Your car on Monday is going to cost you £195 of tax. It doesn't matter when the tax runs out. If you tax it today or tomorrow, it's free. And you get a whole 12 months for free. So get your car tax this weekend, milk floaters, and you can have it for free. And you can have that bit of advice from Tone, your Uncle Tone, the motorist friend, the EV friend, the milk floaters friend. You can have that for free. Get your car tax, save yourself 195 quid for the next year. And go and spend it on cardigans and jigsaws and other stuff that you boring twats do. Anyway, there you go. Here endeth the lesson. Future my arse.